What's up, guys? So today I'm going to be breaking down my current setup on Nasdaq for you guys. This is that kind of setup where the setup where you don't really see an indication yet before you take a trade. So I decided to make a video of that to let you guys understand the reason why you can be able to take this trade. Without wasting much time, my name is Ochuba Victor and I am the owner of Trading Forex. So here on Nasdaq, the thing is that here in this particular trade, in this particular scenario, there's actually no indication yet. Because if you go to the 1 hour time frame, right, this is the reason why I started to take the trade. If you go to the 1 hour time frame, there is no clear indication of price showing where it wants to go. Correct? Because usually the way I trade ICC is that we wait for price to like give us an indication of where it wants to go, right? And then on the correction, that's where you want to take the buys to push price back up. But in this scenario, we haven't really gotten any clear indication from price telling us where it wants to go. But here's the reason why I'm taking the buys. We've been in a downtrend for a while, right? We've been in a downtrend correction for a while, but we know that overall price has been bullish, and then this is a deep correction on the downtrend, correct? So seeing that, we know we are expecting some push back to the top, right? And then here on the 1 hour time frame, we get to see some bullish push that makes sense. Now, this is what I want to explain for you guys. When you are taking a trade, let's say with price is in a downtrend and you're taking a buy, and you want to take a buy because you believe that price is going to buy back up. You want to see the bullish push start to make sense for you before you take the trade. Now, here's what I mean by making sense. Here on the 1 hour time frame, like it makes sense in terms of that price is starting to form higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher low. Like price is literally respecting highs and respecting lows, correct? So this is what I call a bullish push that makes sense. Unlike in a situation whereby price is in a downtrend and then price just quickly corrects itself with maybe one or two candles that quickly pushes itself up, and you say that that's a correction, or that no, that is just price reacting to a certain level. But for you to take a buy in a downtrend, you need the price to like you need the buys when volume comes in and the buys are starting to take control of the market. You need those buys to actually make sense before you talk about entering the trade for a buy setup. I hope you understand what I mean though, but like basically that's the reason why I'm in this trade, because I think we are overall, if you go, let me just use the 4 hour time frame or whatever higher time frame. Overall, we see that we are in an uptrend, right? So this can be considered a correction, correct? So knowing fully well that this is just a correction and I'm expecting some push to the upside, I start to see here where price starts to make a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, which makes sense to me, right? So I'm basically waiting for that push to the upside, showing me that buyers have the capacity to push price up and that sellers are struggling. So all these scenarios here where I see sales struggle to go lower is where I decided to say, okay, since sellers are struggling to go lower, and since we've been in an uptrend, like the overall trend is an uptrend, and this is a correction, sellers are struggling to go lower, buyers are starting to push into the market with a good volume, with moves that make sense. I decided to get into the buys. So my point about this setup is that there are some unique scenarios where you may not yet see an indication and you take the trade, right? So people might say that this is an indication, but me, I always like to see my indications to be clear, correct? But in general, all I'm saying is that there are some situations, special occasions where you don't have an indication yet, but you still take the trade because it's a trade that makes sense. And this is one of those trades where you say that, okay, the trade makes sense, so I'm going to be taking the buys, right? So I actually entered the buys from this position here. I got into the buys here when price broke above here and my stop loss was underneath this area. and my TP is undetermined because I don't know how high price can go. I'll just look to manage the trade as it goes. But my point to you guys is that there are some unique situations that will come up where you don't really have to wait for price to give an indication. You just get into the market because you see that obviously the move is making sense in the direction that you want to take the move to, right? So overall, price is in an uptrend. We had a deep correction, so the buyers are starting to push into the market, and the buys make sense. And you see sellers struggling to push price lower. I mean, like everything makes sense. So yes, there's no indication yet, but the momentum is coming, and obviously soon you get the indication to the upside. So this is the kind of situation whereby you want to get into the market to take advantage of that. So my whole point of this video is just to tell you guys that sometimes, even though you have not seen the indication yet, you're gonna have to take risk, right? You're gonna have to take the risk of getting into the trade. Why not yet seeing the indication? And the reason why you get into the trade because it makes sense, right? Everything makes sense, and so you just take the risk and see how it goes for you. So this is the reason why I'm taking this trade. I love the trade on Nasdaq right now, and I'm also loving the trade on US 30. Most loving the trade on US 30 because no, this is wrong. Um, sorry. Uh, so I'm also loving the trade on US 30 because here is basically the same thing as well, where you just see price. This is you can some people might call this an indication. Me, I wouldn't, right? But you just it's kind of thing whereby you see price sellers are struggling to go lower, obviously, and then buyers are starting to come into the market a bit. Like an overall trend has been an uptrend. We just had a very deep correction, but the buyers are starting to make sense. As you can see, this is higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. So like it makes sense to take a buy, right? It's quite risky. It's a bit risky, but it's these are the kind of trades that are worth that extra bit of risk. You get what I'm saying? So like the trade makes sense. So that's why I'm in the trade. I'm just breaking the trade down for you guys so you guys understand the reason why I'm even in the trade in the first place. Just my point is that some trades you're gonna have to take the risks. Anyways, I hope you guys understand this video, and yeah, have a good one.